Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click the like button to help spread word about Watchjojo animals, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. When this man found out his dog was dying, he did the most amazing thing for him. There are many stories of the love that families have for their dogs, but the tearful final days that they inevitably spend together. But this family turned what was sad news into a bucket list brigade of canine adventures. Indeed, where they went during this heartbreaking time was amazing. In December of 1999, New Yorkers Thomas Neil Rodriguez and his fiancée at the time, now wife Gudma, went to an animal shelter and fell in love with an adorable little 8-week-old puppy. They named him Poe, and he immediately took to both their hearts. Poe lived with his loving family for 15 years, but when his health started to decline, Rodriguez took him to a veterinarian for a checkup. It wasn't good. Poe's body was starting to fail him. In fact, Poe had 2 inoperable stomach tumours. The veterinarians were uncertain about just how much time he had left, and Poe's parents started to prepare for the worst. I would say sometime in February 2015, he started to get sicker. I travel quite a bit, but we came back from one trip and he was doing really bad, Rodriguez told ABC News in May of that year. He decided that Poe should have a chance to see more of the world, and his own experience travelling inspired him to carry out a bucket list for his ailing companion. "I'm unsure of how long he will live," Rodriguez commented. "Doctors are unsure. My assumption is I don't have very long with him, and that's what prompted the trips." Poe's decline was turned into an opportunity to do something for him that the Rodriguez family would remember for the rest of their lives. "My dad, at DJ Neil Armstrong, Rodriguez, decided to give me a bucket list trip across the good old US of A," Poe's Instagram account announced before their big trip. "I always wanted to take a dip in the Pacific Ocean, so Dad and at Gumada are going to bring me all the way." On March 6, 2015, Rodriguez and Gumada set out with Poe on their big bucket list road trip that would take them on an epic cross-country adventure from the Atlantic to the Pacific. There was no time to lose, and though they didn't know how long they had, the family was determined to make the most of their time together. Although Poe was living on borrowed time, the adventure proved to be bigger than any of the family expected. Certainly they travelled 12,000 miles and visited 35 cities on their journey, seeing some amazing sights and visiting several historical national landmarks. The road trippers also took some time out to visit some famous locations from film and TV. There were plenty of photo opportunities, and the Instagram account dedicated to Poe's bucket list at Poe the Dog's Big Adventure saw a lot of support for the poor pooch. "We even stopped at Walter's White House in New Mexico," Rodriguez told ABC News. "We went to the Goonies house in Oregon. There were some dog parks to go to. In Austin, we went to a great dog park where he actually swam. It was a little bit for him, a little bit for me." Poe's Instagram account and the chronicling of his bucket list adventure drew huge amounts of followers, reaching as many as 124,000 in April 2016. His story touched many hearts, and the family received massive outpouring of support from people all around the world. "I initially wanted to get him to the Pacific Ocean. I have always wanted him to swim," Rodriguez explained. Poe did make his father's dream come true, and after some initial confusion over what the cold water beach was all about, he seemed to really enjoy it. Poe and his family didn't stop when they got to the Pacific. From San Diego, they travelled north. The Instagram account of their trip is full of pictures from along the way, and it includes a stop at the Washington Monument, Disney World, and the Seattle Space Needle. Rodriguez could tell how much Poe enjoyed his big adventure. He said he loved it. It was so healing for him. It was like he was 5 years younger. He was walking with a lot of energy. When Poe tired, Rodriguez would carry him on his back, or in a green buggy he bought the dog for extra convenience. Poe even saw his daddy and mummy get married. "My life is kind of hectic. I'm always travelling, but Poe is my home, my child. I am super blessed that I have actually gotten to do this," Rodriguez said. "People think I take care of Poe, but Poe takes care of me." At one point during the trip, Gumada took time to visit her parents in Japan, but Poe kept his spirits high, as though he were waiting for her return. It was only after she came back that Poe took a final turn for the worse. Having checked off most of all of their dog's bucket list, the couple made plans to have Poe put down on February 16th. But before that final day, they took one last trip together to Toronto, and on February the 12th, about a year after his original diagnosis, Poe passed away peacefully in his sleep next to his loving parents. His last act? To poop in his dad's shoes. "I tell you this because I want you to smile," Rodriguez wrote. Poe's adventures touched the hearts of so many, and they continue to do so even after his passing. With the help of the Animal Medical Centre, Poe's parents have started a fund to help with the final costs of the elderly pets that need extra medical care and attention. Rather than opting for euthanasia by default, the Rodriguez family implore dog owners to try to give their furry family members a better quality of life for as long as they can. Rodriguez says his companion will live on through his final epic year. He wrote, "Although he is no longer here in physical form, you all have made his story and life immortal. Please do not forget to share this story with your friends and family members." Please do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that is new.